Hello and welcome back again. So I've done enough complaining, enough showing. It seems like I'm almost kind of harping on the game. That's in a beta of all things, which I'm really not trying to do because obviously the backers hit a $50 or greater, which is more than the game will probably cost when it comes out. It'll probably be like, what, a $30 game? And I didn't even realize it was backing at any point, so I paid the full 60 just to get in and play this. And it's a beta, I understand that. I definitely see a lot of work. I'm kind of surprised how much work there still is, to be honest. But there's a lot to like about this game. Basically, mechs, or, giant robots. What's not to love about it? Um, Less than happy that the story is going to not be where we can run around the inner sphere, but they're wanting to tell a story actually, so it's set kind of in the periphery. I don't remember the name there of the exact area that they're talking about. So that's nice and all, but man, I would really like to be like a Lance mercenary. I'm kind of torn on this. I think there's 3 great expansions for this game, and I really doubt we're going to get 3 great expansions for this game. There's a great expansion for this game for the 4th Secession War, where you could basically take your mercenary company and hopefully begin working with the houses, which is just after the timeline. This is 3025, and that's, I don't remember the exact timeline, but like 3026, 28, something like that. Because I would love to go out and fight for House Steiner, or Kurita. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big fan of Lao. I absolutely hate the Federated Sons and the Free Worlds League. Merrick? Yeah, I think Merrick. So I don't know. It would just be really cool to play as that. The second great would be the Memory Core, which this is kind of like a low point in the technology. The 4th Secession War is coming up, and in it, the first 3 Secession Wars, you target the key infrastructure. So the ability to build much of the advanced technology is gone. Each of these mechs are honestly a pretty big investment, which, while companies still make them, most of the really cool or really strong ones have just been depleted. Something like the Atlas. The Atlas is not made by anybody at this point. These are all Atlases that have survived literally since the whole empire broke up, your Star League. And then you've had your 5 houses fighting over it. We don't have it here, but the King Crab, most of those actually left with the SDF after the Civil War. So it's such an interesting setting, but you could get the Memory Core, and you could actually start getting a lot of different tech upgrades onto the various mechs after the Helm's Memory Core. And then, of course, you have the 3050 Clan Invasion. That's your old SDF that had left after the Civil War, and they kind of made their own separate thing way outside that nobody even knew was there, and they try to invade and basically take everything over. So I think that just due to the timeline, there are 3 fantastic expansions for this game. I would love to take place in the 4th Ascension War. I would love to actually get something after, like 3030, when a lot of these mechs are going to be superior to what you're seeing here. Like, what do we got? We got, how many different are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I've already done the Griffin, already done a Shadowhawk. 14, let's try this again. We're missing a bunch of mechs here. I'm trying to figure out actually how many are missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's only 20 mechs. I'm going to actually tab out real fast and jump onto... So looking at it, we're missing the spider, the fire starter, which I don't know how they're going to do a fire starter, because I thought they said that they're not doing flamers, if I understood that right. Missing the raven still. The raven, I don't know how they're going to do the raven anyways. It's pretty poor until after the memory core. The cicada, the blackjack are missing. Enforcer's missing. The wolverine is missing. The dragon. The thunderbolt. The grasshopper. The marauder. Is the warhammer in the game? Warhammer's missing, okay. The cataphract. The Zeus, which I really want to see. The stalker. The banshee, the king crab are all missing as well. Okay, so that's all of them that are missing, I think. I popped out to take a quick peek at the list. Now, they didn't tell you which variants were going to be in the game, and I haven't gone through and counted the variants yet. But once the Mech Lab hits, there's going to be a lot. Now, you're not going to get to see the Mech Lab in the beta. They've already said no. Absolutely not. So there's actually players messing around with the command files in order to redo these. But that will open up a lot of options like, I don't know, the Commando here. I don't think the Commando runs very hot with just the large laser SRM2. You could probably bump the SRM up to like an SRM4 or 6, depending on what critical slots it has. Again, I would probably take the Kintaro's LRM off of it for the group I'm liking. So there's a lot to like about this, and the different mechs and the whole storyline going in. I'm really looking forward to the campaign. I thought they did an excellent job. Well, I think they did a good job on Shadowrun. I'm still on the second game, have never got around to playing it. What's it, Hong Kong? The first one, I guess I should say, I thought was a fantastic game for like 2/3 of it, 3/4 of it. It's just that corporate espionage. It's that great feel. And then suddenly you're working and talking to grand dragons and trying to stop interdimensional parasites, and I was just like, in a sequel where you're like a known group of Shadowrunners that had went out and you were a known quantity. I could love to see that sort of setting in a second game. As an end to the first game, I thought the first 2/3, first 3/4 just captured the essence of the game so well, and then it was like it moved into like a triple A/blockbuster, I don't know how you want to look at it, type setting of, oh my god, end of the world, and I was like, that completely took me out of that game. Completely took me out of that game. Yeah, I'm spending all my time talking. So, let's try a 15 million versus a 15 million, because I would like to try what I think is going to be again, this might be completely wrong, but this is the group I've really been looking at. Obviously, I'm a Stiener player. That should be very obvious. The first thing I do is I try to figure out how to throw an assault into the lowest tier category while still having a pretty decent group. So, AC-20, medium laser, SRM-4. So, Victor, it's got the AC-20, so very good damage. Not a lot of range, and it honestly doesn't move around as much as I'd like. What does the other Victor come with? AC-20, medium laser, SRM-6 instead of an SRM-4. And I think it loses 3 tons of armor for that, extra 2. Yeah, I don't see that, not in this type of setup. So basically, your Urbies, urban mechs, as they're called, Urbies. They've got the AC-10s. ACs are, honestly, the AC, I would say, 5 and 10, I think, are overbalanced right now. Definitely the over 10. I think the 5 is overbalanced a bit too. I honestly think the laser weapons are slightly underbalanced, not by a long shot, outside of the PPCs, which I think are pretty terrible for how they work right now. But this comes with, this gives me the double AC-10, so I've got some pretty decent long range and actual strong pinpoint fire with a group like this. I've got the Commando, who can actually, again, be used as a striker, the 2D here. This is the SRM-6, SRM-4 medium laser. Now, this version here comes with the SRM-2 large laser, so this would be more of a long-range fire support. The thing is, in a light lance like this, I probably don't want the Victor to get singled out too much on his own out there. I want to be able to get something in close and give him some pretty decent fire support. Considering the Urbies are the second cheapest mech, and I'm not going to be taking a double machine gun medium laser Locust at all. Not for any reason. That really doesn't leave me much room in terms of the overall expenditure here. In fact, I have options of either Commando. You can see I cannot even afford a Panther. I can afford any of the Locust versions or actually a third Urbie. Now, a third Urbie might not be the worst idea. The Locust is very fast too and does come with the medium laser at double SRM-2s. I'm hoping maybe the Mech Lab I can get some SRM-4s on it, because the Locust might not be a bad replacement for the Commando. I don't know. This thing's already really low on armor. Like, ridiculously so. But I don't know how it'll do, but this is definitely a lance that I'd like to go ahead and try. We're just going to throw it onto random. I do kind of wish random again would either just randomize all the mechs, or randomize maybe within the funds, or if there was random within funds, maybe some different random options is the way I should put it. Full-on random, it will literally just spin the funds here. A random where it will choose a actual group, or say I set it up to like say 25 million funds right here, even though I'm not going to do that because then I got to reset up my guys. And I could tell it, or, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard putting it on the 25 like I like to do. I know what I'll do. I'm going to put it on 20, even though I have to reset up my mechs. That way the AI can probably have a better selection and better chance here. So I actually got to set this up again. Boo. Where are you? And way at the top. Where's my Victor? Again, I don't see the extra 2 missiles being worth the 3 tons of armor, especially in a setup like this where I might be getting swarmed by some mediums. They might even have a heavy, which is why I would really like to put that Commando in there. As far as my urban mechs, Bulwark, absolutely not. You guys should not be anywhere close, and these are the perfect units for these precise strikes, such as Apex, who also come with very good gunnery skills. And what's the other one? Sumo. Okay, somebody else has got Sumo currently, so let's, I don't care, take anything for the moment. Grab Sumo. For my Victor pilot, we're going to go with Paradise. The evasive maneuvers, I think, is just broken on assault mechs. My opponent should probably be able to lock them down with the sensors, but my Commando is also going to end up with sensors here. Where is sensor lock? No, not Mockingbird. Witness. There we go. Definitely would love more options as far as the pilots go. If evasive maneuvers gets changed, which it really, really should, I would probably honestly go with maybe a death from above pilot, just to get some more maneuverability. Blockade actually comes with pretty good gunnery skill. On top of that, now I'm going to stick with Paradise for what we're doing here. Let's Let's do Death Valley. I don't like this map a lot, but whatever.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
And this is the reason I kind of think that this is more like a demo type game, or a very advanced tech demo, is because a lot of these options that I think that would really flesh this out, although I think skirmish mode is going to be literally the worst option. You have a lot of different wrenches you can use at a single player campaign, and in multiplayer, obviously you're not going to be seeing those same problems. So the whole skirmish thing in the AI might just be a problem here. So what you're going to see... Oh. I don't see anybody yet, so... Mineral field? What the hell is this? What? Okay, that makes no sense. I didn't even know there was such a thing as the mineral field. So more damage from and to laser weapons. That's that really makes no sense. Okay, so I can actually... Herbies are very, very slow, by the way. Very, very slow. So I need a good gunnery position where I can basically just set them and kind of control the field. Maybe this is not the best map for the Herbies. Honestly, this is all pretty good along this back open area here. Get my commando striker in here. Probably the Victor on a closer flanking side. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So, can we... That is so weird. I can sprint pretty good down the hill, so that's what I'm going to do. I can get a little bit more movement with the jump jets, but not enough to really worry about. Okay, now the Victor's actually pretty fast for a assault mech. It really is not a super strong version. I'm really curious to see if we get a separate version of the Banshee. Hopefully we get the good Stiener version. It's pretty crap otherwise. But it does also come with jump jets automatically, which is kind of nice. Definitely not needed, but it is nice.
Right, Commander.
We'll have to see how the AC-10s continue to work out in this game, because Herbies might be, honestly, one of... Really, I can actually run farther? It's because I'm going downhill, I think. It seems to me when you run downhill, you can get a little more distance. Like you saw, I could get one extra space going forward there. Looks like running down this hill, though, I am definitely getting more movement there. So let's go ahead and get the commando in position. Kind of wondering if the commando shouldn't actually be up here with the Victor too, so I get a sensor lock on.
What's the plan?
So yeah, this is like a hypothetical group, just like my other group, and I do see some weaknesses to this type of lance as well. It's definitely more well-rounded than my other lance, but the overall firepower, not great, even for a light lance. Alright, good, I managed to get a third turn here. Boy, do I just want to take the high ground with these Herbies, though. There's no colored dots on these minerals either. This must have been a fairly late addition. Look at that. There's not even a colored dot to represent that. That's why I exactly didn't notice it. Okay, so I've got a pretty decent firing position if I can get like to this tree line. I've got my defense. I've got a good arc of line of sight, but up here, I've got an even better arc overall. I'm not holding the defensive position though. You know, I think the Urbies are just going to do better in the woods.
Move order confirmed.
Yeah, jump jets are not really net me anything here. Honestly, I don't see a lot of terrain where you can use them. If they were a faster mech, you know, maybe jump them up into here, you'd have a great line of sight, and then you could fall back into the woods. Considering how slow they are, though, I don't really see that happening.
Reporting. You have orders?
Yeah, just brace and
Waiting on you, Commander.
brace. Now, I don't really care for this map as much. I'm going to be honest with you. But I do think that there's a nice dynamic here in terms of if I sit here and defend, my opponent can come in and see that, because he'll obviously know the map once multiplayer hits, he'll have an idea where I'm located at, right? So, essentially, he'll say, aha, he's taking up a defensive position. He'll probably be using the woods or the hill here, depending on looks like, because he's going to see me not move right here, and he can choose to send like a bunch of very long range units, maybe with some jump jets up here, try to get a good flanking maneuver going. He can choose to try to maybe bring up a bunch of mechs, kind of hide them right here. I just think there's going to be a lot more options once the multiplayer gets here. Again, we're just going to reserve back. So 2 lights, 2 mediums. They took a light lance as well instead of a medium. That's a little unfortunate. Commander 1B. So that's the large laser. It's definitely a longer range.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so you can see my Urbies already can draw fire on this guy. Now I am going to fire on him. But first, what we're going to do,
What can I do for you?
I'm going to drop a sensor lock here. The fact that the AI cannot use the sensor lock is pretty bad, too. Real bad. Okay, so then it's going to get a move. Now, I still want to move towards the tree line here, but I want to go ahead and take some shots. Okay. Looks like I'm just going to get 60s. I really wish there was a way to see the general hit percentages here, too. Oh, wow, I did not mean to use the jump jets there. That's alright, though.
I got him.
That leg is in trouble. So, yeah, that is a light mech. That's the commando. It should not be in any type of frontline situation like this. But I think you can kind of see where an AC-10 from that kind of range, putting out that kind of damage, might be a little strong. I don't even think a single PPC could have taken that leg out in a single shot. So, same thing. Really? Okay, so it's going to be 55s no matter what. A little short on the ammo here, too. I wonder if I might be able to, you know what? The other leg. Because if I take the other leg out, it's a dead mech. There we go. Both legs destroyed. That mech is down.
How might I help?
My Victor's really not in a position that I would like to see him in. I have no idea where their last mech is. So I might be jumping into fire over here if I do that. I'm just gonna move just around the hill here. Now he goes last. Paradise might not be the best option here, but I do have the evasive maneuvers on him. Apex would be a pretty decent option as well, just so that you can get moving a little bit quicker here. Honestly, evasion on an assault mech is just absurd if they're sprinting in any form. The fact that a single trait does it is just ridiculous as well. Look at this. Look at this. 50% damage reduction and a 50% chance to dodge on a mech that literally is a giant tank. Not kind of, literally is a giant tank. Oh, this is a light recon, isn't it? Okay, so you have evasive. Oh, I can't quite hit him. Still don't think I can quite hit him. There we go. So I want to take the evasive off the Locust here because I'm just going to paste it with my Victor over there. I don't even think you guys can get a shot, can you? I think this might have been the superior positioning. You know what? We're going to reserve these back. There's nothing in sight right now. I don't think they can deal enough damage to them or even get sight on them to really make it matter.
Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Going to reserve them back again. So they're basically just taking indirect fire with their LRMs right there, which means that mech's not going to come forward at all until I basically wipe out
Commander?
what they have over there. So I'm going to get the Irby right here. Just go ahead and brace.
Yeah. Consider it done.
Go ahead and brace.
Reporting.
%90 all around. I don't think I'm going to get a better... Yeah, the AC-20 just gets more inaccurate when I get right up in his face. Well, where did I have a 90 with the autocannon, or did I not? And I just misread it. Okay, I just misread it. This is probably a bad lance to even try a lance like this at because the Locust, yeah. Goodbye, Locust.
No doubt it will be done.
Oh my god, it survived. That doesn't make any sense. That Locust should be dead.
Standing by.
So I'm going to just use my Irbies to really beat up this poor Locust. Irby.
I can do.
Yeah, just reserve back, buddy.
I'll wait here for now.
Okay, so the Shadowhawk sprinted.
What's up, Commander?
You know what? No. Reserve back one more time. Let's see what this mech's gonna do. I mean, I don't know what they could possibly do to take out a mech like this anyways.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Okay, so actually, what I want to do...
What can I do for you?
Again, I want my big mech to just be able to pace this really fast. We're going to do something like that. Which unfortunately leaves Sumo kind of out in the cold, but that's alright. So what we'll do is... oh man, I can get a shot off right there? Yeah, even if they get a shot off in my Irby, what's it matter? We are going to reserve back, though.
Let's see if I can make
I want to see if I need my Inspire for the Victor here, because I haven't run this Lance before. Not sure. So, if we just go attack... The AC-20... Honestly, I need to move so that I keep my evasive bonus here. But I want to move back enough, still stay in the cover, and then use the bonus here off of Inspire to get this AC-20. This will also put me in position to turn around and deal with this Griffin in a moment.
I'm going to enjoy pummeling you. Target confirmed.
There goes the right arm, or left arm. Now, Sumo.
What's up, Commander?
Oh, wait, you can get a shot then? That's perfect. And this is why I like the precise strike right here. If these guys do happen to get guarded or whatever, or they get into the trees, it's pretty nice with the Irby to just be able to alter that up quite a bit.
I'll make them dead.
I mean, severe damage. The Irbies hit like a... They don't have a lot of weapons, but that single AC-10 makes them hit like they are a weight class higher than what they are.
Target marked.
Yeah, that Griffin is a very long-range unit. Should not be up here.
On the move.
Very low chance, but we're going to give it a shot anyways. Okay. So, since I see this is a Griffin and this is a very long range, this is a great position for my striker to move in and try to start taking some damage on this guy. It's not going to be able to retaliate in a very strong way. At the same time, I'm going to be able to deal a very good amount of damage right here.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Alright. Didn't quite do as much as what I would hope, but that's alright. %25 damage reduction because of the cover and a 50% evasion chance on a assault mech. That's it's a little overboard in my opinion. So the Griffin's going to try to back up, probably take a whack at my commando here. Oh no, he's going to try to defend himself, huh? Okay, so this guy's just got the 25% cover. This guy's got 50%, so I'll probably use my precise strikes on the Griffin if I can. I have an option either way because I could just jump jet over here and try to stomp this Griffin real fast. However, what I'm going to attempt to do is No, I don't want to go that far because I want to be able to jump back over if I need to. 65, that's not good. 65, not good. Oh yeah, the ACs get a... Here, let me just go to the attack, right? So if you actually scroll over this, it's going to give you some things. So the refire is actually costing me a lot of accuracy. If you continually fire the same weapons over and over as far as the ACs go, you get a damage loss. Now, however, lasers seem to have a bonus chance to hit in this game. Overall, do I think it's still balanced? No, the heat off the lasers and the damage is just too little compared to something like the ACs. I can even turn the AC off for a turn and then it will hit really good again. Yeah, which I'm not really going to do though. We're going to take a shot. No, I need my evasive.
Be there in a jiff.
So I am going to overheat here. Okay, I don't know what I just took out there. AC 5.
It's getting hot in here.
I'm sure it is. That's fine. You're doing great. So let's go ahead and get sumo. Attack, I'm going to ignore his 50% bonus here, but again, you're going to see the refire here is definitely costing me on the Irbies, and these do not come with a lot of ammo.
Oh, you want some of this?
Headshot.
Hey, dumbass blew up their hood.
That's a free mech for me if I were in campaign. What about you, Apex? Yeah, why not?
Into position.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get my commando in position this turn, but that's alright, because I will inspire in my... Yeah, no friendly fire. That's another thing I'm not real happy about. It does give you some negative modifiers. If I had looked very carefully, it should have been a blocked modifier right there.
You, Commander.
We're actually going to reserve you back. Now, I could definitely see like something like a double hunchback being a problem for a group like this. Reserve you back. Overall, but I don't see it being like a insurmountable problem with something like this.
How might I help?
So, oh, can't quite get turned. You know what? Let's go ahead and inspire. Now, this is not the side I've really dealt much damage to, but what's it matter? It's 4-on-1, and I literally have an assault mech. So you shut me down, don't care. I really don't care. And then we're going to bring my commando over here and hopefully finish this fight off. Now, he does have 25% damage reduction, so I don't know, my missiles will be dealing something like 7. However,
All weapons?
nope, not quite. Not quite. But I got my Irbies right here. Let's not even bother firing with them from downtown. Let's just go ahead and finish this off.
This should be good.
And there we go. Yeah, against a heavier hitting, like probably double hunchback, along with something with a little bit of long range. Honestly, I don't even know what exactly you'd be able to field right there. Let me take a peek and see if I think I could come up with cancel. I've answered the surveys a bunch of times, and I seem to be getting just a bunch of duplicates at this point. So let's go into single player. Sorry if this is taking a little bit longer than what I would normally hope. But I wanted to see if I could make a pretty close brawler group that's able to basically neutralize the Victor, which would mean my Irby's run out of ammo, and my guy is not going to be able to hold out on his own. So what I would probably want is Hunchbacks, Jaeger mechs at 6.7. Man, that's a lot, but the ACs off of them, AC2, AC5, AC2, AC5, these are actually pretty good right now. Probably the LRM versions, though, because... Nah, probably not. Well... Let's take a peek. Where is the Hunchback? Okay. So this is the AC20 version, and that's only 4.6 million. And that hits really hard. And I don't think it has a whole lot of problems with its weight class. So let's just drop these down to, say, an Irby and a Irby. Obviously, I'm not taking double Irbies. Boy, they're going to have a whole lot of trouble. The whole group's really slow here. But they've got some nice long-range firepower that's pretty pinpoint, pretty strong. And if the Hunchbacks can get in and really tear the Victor apart, I could be in some serious trouble in a group like this, overall. Don't know who you are, so don't care. What can we trade the Irby out? I've got 1.6, so that would be 3.7 million would be my top end. So not the Jenner. I'd have an option at a Panther. PPC SRM. With the Mech Lab, that might not be bad. The Commando for some long-range fire support, maybe not bad either. Taking a little bit of a emphasis off of your number of AC rounds that you have. Honestly, not a lot of options. Once the Mech Lab comes out, you could probably drop the SRM and drop the price on the Panther a bit. Like a single PPC Panther would probably be a pretty decent support in a group like this. Honestly, though, because I am just this type of player, I would probably go something like this. The Commandos are dangerous enough in and of themselves. They're not ridiculously dangerous to a lot of the bigger mechs you've seen, but you just saw like a light versus a medium right there. I was able to deal significant damage with the Commando. In a light setting like this, these brawly Commandos along with the brawly Hunchbacks, you're probably going to get outmaneuvered and have some hard times with a group like this against some sort of LRM boat type setup. But against my setup, this might be pretty good to take down like a Victor, say. Anyways, enough blathering from me. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and until next time.